Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Al Thumb by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Priest and officer 500 Bakwa Shemal, holding down the I.S.U.P.K, Lashawan Qadash, Hebrew class for priest and officer 5,000 officer Hazahab, man. Let's go ahead and give the Lord a hand. And we're going to start off with the beginnings, the early stages of learning our language, man, our holy tongue. That's what Lashawan Qadash stands for, man. It's holy tongue. You understand? Because with our tongue we speak languages. With our tongue we make words and sounds. And it is a holy tongue, a holy language. This is the original language that was spoken on the earth. You understand? Down from Adam. Adam created the ancient Hebrew characters, the alphabet that we would call. You understand? And from years and years and years of it being in existence, it has been diluted and washed and now made to look as if it is the Yiddish Hebrew that these so-called Jewish people write. But we're going to get the ancient Hebrew, and we're also going to get the Assyrian Hebrew, the Hebrew that you are reading the Tanakh, you understand, which came from our original language, the ancient Hebrew. We're going to get the alphabet up here on the board for the brothers and sisters at home. Mixing up the ancient with the Assyrian. This is the ancient Hebrew alphabet. It's the alphabet that Adam created. The alphabet that sparked all languages on the face of the earth. This is A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Da. And this is the ancient Hebrew. You have the Assyrian Hebrew as well. That's written in the Tanakh and all the Hebrew books that you will read. You understand? Because they don't have our ancient language documented in books. But this is where the language started from. Adam created it, and the world adapted it and made their own tongues. They bastardized our language and made the Assyrian Hebrew. Come on. And with that, pass the class over to Precinct Officer of 5,000, Officer Hazaha. Clap it up. Bust in the market too, sir. Okay, both sides correct, right?
We have to make sure you contact your camp leader of your city for a copy of the alphabet sheet, right? As the brother have on the board, Officer Kwashamoff, also 500, right? This is what he wrote on the board, right? He was talking about the Assyrian Hebrew, right? The Assyrian Hebrew is what we made out of being coons for the Assyrians. At the time where we were in captivity like we are now, we began to hate our own culture, all right? Where just like in the days of Adam, which is the same as the days of today, we dressed ourselves in the leaves, all right? We dressed ourselves in leaves. What's the scripture about the leaves? Like, if I could, again, question mark. We dressed ourselves in the leaves, and it's the same reason why brothers are Muslim today. Brothers are Muslim because they don't want to be black. They want to be Muslim. They want to dress like the Arabs. They want to wear the leaves of the Arabs' family tree. All right. You might hear some cats say, "Oh, they're Israelites now." And what did they do? What did they go do? They go put on a kufi, right? They go get the Jewish man's kufi, right? And cut their hair off. I might leave a little bit on the front. That happens. All that happens too, right? To go say that what? They are Jewish now. Still running away from the actual Israelite culture in the Bible, right? Because they want to wear the leaves of the Jewish people's family tree. All right, and I'm saying leaves and family tree for a reason because that's in the Bible, right? That's what the leaves is. When Adam and Eve was in the garden and they thought that they was naked, they covered themselves with leaves. The feeling when it says naked, that naked is a metaphor to the feeling you have when you go around somebody and you can feel that your blackness is not welcome there. You know what I mean? Not everybody's looking at you like you're a naked person in the room, and you feel like a naked man. You feel like you're not wearing no clothes. So you gotta put on the suit and tie, right? Or you know what I mean? You have the other Israelite groups out here, you know what I mean, that they're ashamed of Israelite culture. They're ashamed of braids, right? They're ashamed of the culture of the Native Indians, which is really Israelite culture, right? And they go get a dashiki. They go get a dashiki because that is the leaves of the African's family tree. Because they think that, you know, being an Israelite is too radical or is too black in being an Israelite. These one West cats in Harlem in I.S.U.P.K, they're too niggerish. We're gonna tone all that niggerish down, tone all that niggerishness down, and go get and become something or wear or dress as something that people are going to respect. Because nobody desires the culture of the Israelites. We're a nation not desired. But all the other nations, the Arabs, the Africans, they're all desired. They make great movies about them Africans. They fantasize Africa with Black Panthers and so forth. You know what I mean? All them Arabs, they fantasize, right? So that's that, right? Let me help you out there if I could, right? It might be in the Adam breakdown. I know I'll keep a couple of these in the Adam breakdown. Okay.
So fig leaves together.
Sowed fig, that's a good one too. All right. What scripture is that?
That's Genesis 3 and 7. Sir.
Yes, Genesis 3 and 7. It was not in. That's the one I wanted. Was not in Genesis. All right. But we can use that for now, though, for sure. You know what I mean? So let's get Genesis 3 and 7. Right, we might get that in the Hebrew also, right? Okay.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked.
The eyes of them both were naked, right? Or the eyes of them were open, right? Slap it, right? The eyes of both of them were open, meaning they became aware that they are undesired in this place, they're not welcome, right? They're being looked up, they're being looked down at for who they are. And we're the only people that get looked down for being who we are. Right? Nobody in the earth gets looked down at for being who they are. You know what I mean? Being black or Latino anywhere in the earth, you know what I mean? You look at like, oh, what's this slave doing here? You know what I mean? Go sing me a song. You know what I mean? Go in the kitchen and whip something up for us. We'll pay you $5 for it. You know, that's how you're treated when they see you. You know what I mean? Some white woman gonna come around the corner out of nowhere and say something down and belittling to you. You know what I mean? So now that you get hit in the face with that, all of a sudden, if you have a lack of integrity, then you're gonna feel like you're naked. Like you're gonna be aware that, oh my gosh, I'm not welcome here. Right? Keep going.
Is the one you're looking for Revelation 22 and 2?
Let me hear it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 2.
Right, Revelation 22 and 2, right?
Concept.
Yep.
In the midst of the street of it, and of either side of the river, was the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruits every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation.
Right. This is not it, right? This scripture right here is about when Adam looked into the stars and was reading the configuration in the stars to receive the laws of the Most High. All right. That tree with the 12 fruits. Say it again.
Which bear 12 manner of fruit.
No. You gotta go a little before that so they can know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Revelation chapter 22, verse 2.
Right.
In the midst of the street of it.
In the midst of the what?
Of the street of it.
The streets, like STREET. Okay. In the midst of the street, right? Keep going.
And of either side of the river.
And on either side of the river, right?
Was there?
Now we're looking up at the sky, and there's a river, right? And on either side there's a what?
On either side was there the tree of life.
On either side there was a tree of life. So this tree of life goes to both sides, right? Keep going.
Which bear 12 manner of fruits.
And this tree has 12 manner of fruits, right? Meaning every so and so it brings forth in a how do you say this? In a revolving way, there's 12 fruits. Right? It's talking about the constellation, the 12 constellation, right? Which the so-called the slave master would say, he wouldn't say January, February. He would say what's the word for that again? The segment of Sagittarius, and there's I don't know the order, right? I know it's Cancer. No, it starts with Capricorn, and then the next constellation is Aquarius, and it goes around in a circle. The next one is, I think it's Pisces, and the next one is something else, and then somewhere is Gemini and Cancer, and it's Sagittarius, and something like that, Virgo, something like that, right? Right? Those are the constellations, but the constellation had stars that Adam would connect the dot with, right? And he would say, okay, this is a crab, don't eat the crab. Or this is a fish with fins and scales. They call Pisces the scales. Pisces has scales, eat that, right? That's food, right? Cancer, crab, can't eat that. Right? It's in the waters, it's in the rivers, can't eat that one. All right. What's by the street? What's by the way or the path? Right? A Taurus, a bull. Eat that. Eat the Taurus. Eat the bull. You gotta get searches. All right. All right. Eat the bull. Eat the Taurus, the bull. Right? The lion, no, don't got no hooves on that thing. Don't got no hooves. It don't split the hoof, and it doesn't chew the cud. Can't eat the lion. But the bull, that thing splits the hoof and splits the hoof and chews cud. Eat that thing. Capricorn, that goat, dead. Eat that thing. You know what I mean? What else? What else? A woman pouring water, a water bearer. You know what I mean? The same as when Isaac went to go look for his wife. When Isaac went to go find Rebecca, he went to a woman that would pour water, right? And asked which one would pour water for him, and which one would not pour water for him. Right? Pick a woman who has virtue. Don't pick a terrible wife. Pick a good wife, a woman that will help you out in a situation. You know, put them to the test. Would she hew the water for you if you was thirsty, if you was dying? Right? If she wouldn't, leave that woman alone. Right? Get the woman that will pour the water. Right? What else is there? I don't know what the other ones mean. I don't know what Sagittarius is. A man of, you know, that's wrong. Right? I don't know what's going on there. Right? Libra. Right? The scales. Justice. You obey the law, you live. You disobey the law, you get the curses. Right? You get the wrong hand of the Lord on your behind. All right? That's what a scale is. A scale is a symbol for justice, even today. All right? Huh? Yeah, I'll put it there. You won't need it in a minute. Right. Heavier crime, heavier punishment. You see what I'm saying? Some people out there be like, oh yeah, it's only a birthday, or I'm only smoking a cigarette. The Lord ain't gonna shout over this. The Lord is gonna give you the equation, right, for your crime. So you over there wondering, you know, why you can't find a good girlfriend or something. You know what I mean? You can't get a wife. You know what I mean? You don't want to talk to no girls. You might have to evaluate why the Lord is not opening your mouth to get a good wife, or to get any wife at all. Right? The Lord weighs out justice in the earth. The Lord said the earth is the fullness of the Lord. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Meaning He's in charge of this thing. Right? He decides if it's going to be updated, if it's going to stay the same, if it's going to turn on, if it's going to turn off, because it belongs to Him. All right. All right. Is there anything else, or should we go on? Right? I don't know what Gemini is. What's going on, sis? Huh? Cancer. Oh, from the what do you call it again? From the astrology, huh? The horoscope astrology. Because we pull out the scripture, Revelation 22:2, right? Where the constellations in the skies is not astrology like how the oppressor views it, right? What the white man has about astrology is absolutely wrong, right? It might, you know, we call the oppressor the devil. He's gonna tell you that it's this, and it sounds believable, and you believe it. You be like, oh well, he's a Libra, so he's mellow. Or she's a Scorpio, so you know she's a hoe, so you know she gets down. You know what I mean? When that's not true. Right? What's true is the law. The law is true. Right? If a sister obeys her father, who is a man of the Lord, you know what I mean, she's gonna be a decent wife and a decent mother. You know what I mean? If not, then you know she'll be a whore. But Scorpio doesn't mean you are a whore. You're promiscuous. You have sex with everybody. You just like to get down like that. That's not true according to the Bible, according to the Lord. The Lord's people and the daughters of Zion are not like that. You can't say, oh, she's an Israelite. She's an Israelite, but she's an Israelite that's a Scorpio, so she's a hoe. That's not true. That's not, you know, that's come on, that's crap, man. Come on. All right? Cancer, the symbol of a cancer is a crab. All right? Sis, are we allowed to eat crab?
Oh no.
Oh, damn right. Oh no is right. Give her a hand. You see what I'm saying? So when Adam looked up in the sky and he seen the scale of the law, right? The crab has a punishment if you eat this thing. You're going to get high blood pressure. You're going to get something along with disobeying the law, right? Look in the sky, you see a Taurus, a cow, eat that. Capricorn, goat, eat that. Lion, don't eat that. All right? Good, right? I don't know the other symbols, so I mean, you know. But that's when you look up in the sky, he gave forth 12 fruits, right? Every what? Every moon, every month. Keep reading.
And yielded her fruit every month.
And yielded her fruit every month. The word month is moon, right? The word month. The word month comes from the word moon. Right? That's where it comes from, right? The word month is like saying moon and the month. All right? It's like that. I'm not saying that's what it is. But I'm giving you a sense of how the word month comes up, all right? The word moon, right, is Qadash. Right? The word moon is Qadash. Right? The word month is, guess what the word month is? Qadash. Because moon and month is the same thing. Right? Meaning what? New moon, quarter moon, half moon, 3/4 moon. Right? And then new moon again is 1 month. New moon, quarter moon, half moon, 3/4 moon. Right? 1 month. New moon again, new month. All right? New moon. Does it go from new moon to quarter moon or 3/4 moon?
I'm not sure, but that makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. I think the new moon. I don't know if it's a full moon or the closed moon. I don't know. One of them, right? But I know there's a cycle where it goes like this or something like that, right? So there's a new moon, quarter moon, half moon, 3/4 moon. New moon, right? The full rotation of the dark side of the moon back to when it's bright. I guess when it's bright again. Let me not speculate, right? Let me not speculate, right? Well, that's the idea of the moon. And the months roll like that. The word for month is Qadash. You see Qadash in the scripture. It's talking about the moon or the month. Of course, you're going to go into prayers and you're going to see Yarak. When you see Yarak in the prayers, that is moon again. All right? Why they use both words, I don't know. Right? But I'm giving you a heads up because they're going to read the prayers. Right? And on the prayers, I believe it's Psalms 121. I'm going to show it for you right now because you see this all the time. And you see all the time where you never inquire what these words is, and you should be ashamed that you don't inquire what these words are, right? Here's the prayers. Right? Yahweh Shemaka, Yahweh Tazalka Aliyad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash. La'a, Yakaka, Wa Yarak. Wa Yarak. So we come across this word, Wa Yarak, every Saturday. Right? Some of y'all, we say that after class, Wa Yarak. And you don't know what Wa Yarak means. Can you see this online? Can you see this? Spell? Right? Yeah, you look at Wa Yarak and you don't inquire what Wa Yarak is, right? Or the other ones, right? Right? Wa Yarak. Where's the eraser? On the shit right here? Okay. Right. Wa. Right. Can I pick it up? I might have picked it up. I don't know. I don't see it. Let me get the other one right there. Oh. Right here. Stop it. Prayers, it says, Wa Yarak. Yarak is the moon. Right? Wa is and. right? And so when you say YAHANNA, it's saying and the moon. All right? All right? That's what that is, all right? So every moon, huh? YAHANNA, right? Okay. So every moon is YAHANNA, right? In the sense of months, you don't say YAHANNA, you say Qadash. Why? Because that's what it says in the scriptures. Now, the scriptures is giving us a way of how our forefathers spoke and talked, all right? So we're going to go after the principles of our forefathers, right?
What about the Native Americans?
What about it?
I heard that somebody told me, that they separate themselves from us,
Okay, in what way?
being Israelite. They are Israelite, but being in school and stuff.
In the school, Native Indians are right along with us. In the school, you got a Native Indian in the Chicago school that's real Native Indian, fresh off the reservation. You know what I mean? Wear the whole feathers and everything. Officer Karyash. And he goes to the school and he teaches, and the brothers are with him. They're not separate. Now, in the world, everyone is separate in the world. Why? Because everyone in the world is selfish and they've been taught to be slaves. And they don't have their identity, so they don't know who's their family. Right? In the world, Black people don't talk to Hispanic people, Latino people. We're taught that we're different. Right? When we go to school with each other, we get along. Why? Because the Lord made us to be the same. So we get along and we don't know why we're getting along. But for those who are, a Mexican family comes here, because of what the slave master taught him, he cannot identify Black people as being his family. So he treats you like you're a Chinese man or an Arab man. He keeps it at a distance because he doesn't know what you are. Right? Black people are the same. The immigrants come in. The Puerto Ricans come in. A wave of Puerto Ricans came in, the 50s, right? But we don't know that we're family. They come speaking a different language. They say they're Puerto Rican. They look a little different. I don't know. They're foreigners here, the same way how Chinese people are foreigners here. And Arabs are foreigners here. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, that's going to be the element there, right? Until you learn better that you are a family, until both Black people and Puerto Ricans are stuck together in the South Bronx, and the kids grow up together and they realize that, Jermaine is cool. Right. And Jermaine is saying, Jose, that's my nigga. You know what I mean? Jose, we boys, man. He Puerto Rican, but I don't know, man. There's a bond there. It's just we feel like we won. You know what I mean? Jamaicans the same thing. Jamaicans who are Black, West Indians who are Black, come here. You know what I mean? And people who are from the South, but I don't know, these Caribbean people, they weird, they're strange, they're immigrants, they come to take what we had in slavery, right? Until you are in a situation where you're forced to be together, like school or prison or jail, and then you realize that y'all are the same. Right. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, there's a natural bond that happens because you are the same. Now, there's no that natural bond between you and the slave master. Right? The slave master is gonna hang out with you. You're gonna see you're Black. You got rap and hip hop and you dance and you're just fly. He's gonna try to get down because he's not fly like y'all. He can't get down like y'all. He can't dress like y'all. You know what I mean? But he tries to get down, and when he hangs out with you after watching all of the 50 Cent rap videos, watching the 50 Cent, watching all the assistants, act the fool on TV, dressed all naked, shaking their behind. Right. He wants to get down with that. Until he comes around and then everyone sees that we're not the same. These are different. These Caucasians are different. They're looking at us like I love the Black music, but niggas are annoying. You know what I mean? They too loud. After the fun is taken off the plate, then everybody is left with the real elements that are there according to our spirits. And you can't stand each other, and they're gonna say we're gonna hang Jermaine because he didn't let me have sex with Latoya. You know what I mean? you know. And then, you know, Jermaine don't know no better. He would have go have sex with Karen, right? And Karen giving it up. White man gets jealous. Karen was ashamed, says he raped me. You know what I mean? Jimmy Crackcorn Jim, he's jealous that you had sex with Karen when he had a crush on Karen from elementary school. He said we gotta hang all these niggas. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, he was a fan of your 50 Cent a while ago. You know what I mean? He go and the white boy, he's gonna play all the music where he talks about killing niggas. Right. And he's gonna be like, yeah, kill these niggas, yeah, kill these niggas. Right, that's from slavery, right? No problem, right? Let's get some of this out for you. Are we done on the scripture there? We're done on Revelation 22, right? A little more? Let me hear what it says right quick.
And yielded her fruits every month.
And yielded her fruits every month. Go ahead.
And the leaves of the trees.
And the leaves of the trees, go on.
Were for the healing of the nation.
And the leaves of the trees were for the healing of the nation, meaning the culture of the Most High. Because this, all the fruits is bringing forth the culture, right? And the leaves is what cover up this culture. This is the makeup or the covering of this culture, right? And this culture is a healing for the nation, meaning if your nation is sick, it's because he broke the law, right? How do he heal the nation? The rest of the foreigners gonna say it's weed. We've been smoking weed for a long time, and niggas still getting shot. Right. The kids, these teens in New York smoking weed, smoking super weed. They're smoking weed that's like Superman level weed, and they're turning gay. Right. You know what I mean? And everyone can't fight. No one. Everyone accepts oppression because of weed, and no one can really produce because weed just makes you sit back and have a nice time in your mind, which is just dumb, right? And you have no productivity in your youth, right? The kids just hanging around, just doing nothing, producing nothing, until the only thing there's to produce is violence because the weed is making your mind sick. All right? And so the weed is not healing us. The Rastafarians lied to us. Right? And so forth. The Lord said is the ungodly man has a burning lips in his mouth. Why? Because the Lord is saying it's unlawful, even though we was not smoking weed before, to have it as a law coming out of Egypt. The Egyptians was doing all kind of stuff with sticking up their rectum and stuff like that with the lotus flower. They were eating the lotus flower and putting the weed in a leaf with honey. You go watch one of the brothers in UPK that did the research, man. That's what weed was doing. They was putting the weed up into each other's rectums. So the Lord said, what? You can't see another man's nakedness, because the Lord is trying to stop doing that dumb stuff with the weed. Now today, 2021, and 1900s, whatever, you smoking weed. So now the Lord is saying the smoke, the burning in the man's mouth is the ungodly man. You see what I'm saying? Because somewhere in time, someone started smoking, and after the law of Moses is already established. So the prophet of the Lord is saying, this thing is a sin against the Lord. All right? And now fake Israelites be like, oh, I don't know. It's not in the law, so they smoke weed. Well, that's why your life is not together, all right? That's why the Lord curses you and your family, and you can't find the truth because you're cursed by the Lord, because you're opposing men of the Lord that's trying to tell you right. And you're resisting against the word. All right? All right, right quick. Yes, sis.
How did the Most High make you sick, like mentally?
Give me that in Deuteronomy. Go up in a noonday.
Because you did something wrong?
We're gonna get it right now. We're gonna get it right now in the scriptures, right?
Got you. I was thinking about something. Somebody said you got a demon on you. Okay, how the hell do you know?
Okay, but do they got a demon on them?
That's true.
Right. Now, okay. Is there anybody on earth that does not have a demon on them? Yeah. Who? I get tests all the time. Demons try to get me to do something wrong. I gotta talk to that demon. A demon will try to get me to do any sin. And I'll say, what now? What's the after effects after I do that sin? You know, when I was a young man coming up in the school, you know, I mean, I didn't understand the concept of demons until the school, you know, will break it down over time. Commander YAHANNA would say he talks to a demon like it's a man in the room. Why? Because the demon is in your mind, right? And then he comes and he goes. You see what I'm saying? And demons try to get me every morning after slavery. And I gotta say, yo, if I want to be blessed, I gotta not do this thing. I gotta reason with myself in my mind. Or the demon will have your feet going to somewhere where you don't want to go. And the whole time you're saying, I don't want to do this thing, it's a sin. I don't want to do this thing. But your feet is moving. And that's in the scriptures, man. That's in the New Testament, right? And the Old Testament, people don't know nothing about this because they are without the knowledge of the Most High given to us by Christ to understand the spirit of the law and not just the letter of the law. All right? All of them are going to say, keep the laws and the commandments while they do not. They're going to tell you to do it. And he ain't doing it himself. And when he tell you to do it because you follow him, you ain't going to do it neither. All right? So he was not taught how to fight demons. Christ came around to teach us how to fight the demons, how to resist them in our minds. Why? Because the whole reason why Christ was perfect was because the Lord was giving it to him of how to actually fight the demon that's been haunting us since the days of Egypt. You know what I mean? And we've been getting it wrong because we was not equipped with that knowledge. Christ did it with teaching how to fight demons, and he proved that he could never sin if he could fight the demon in his mind. And now the Lord is saying, you know what? We're not going to destroy the whole nation, right? The Israelites are going to remain because Yahweh proved that mankind, who are the Israelites in particular, right, can not sin. They have the full capability to not sin. All right? Okay? And by that, only Israelites are going to be saved. And then you're going to tell other people, or the rest of the earth, you're going to make them not sin, or they're going to pay for their crimes for sinning in the kingdom. And that time is not now. But if you're an Old Testament Israelite and you don't believe the New Testament, then you're a hypocrite because you see people sin all the time, and you don't lay out the law like you say you're supposed to. You don't act out your belief. You don't act out your faith. So you figure you people that are Old Testament Israelites, and I mean you're a bunch of hypocrites, all right? Right? Now, what we got there? Question mark.
You want to start at verse 20?
We're gonna start at verse 20, right? Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 20.
I think the sister's trying to get there too, right? Right, quick. I wanted to get the alphabet out of the way. Right? A is for Allah. Allah is the cow's head, right? Okay, no specifics. Hold on. I'm gonna say it. Right? Ba is for Bayas, right, which is the tent. Ga is for Gamal, which is a camel. Da is for Dalas, which is the tent of a door. I'm explaining what the Hebrew characters are, what they mean and why they're drawn like this, all right? And how the sounds came about, right? So the first syllable of the word is how you say the sound of these Hebrew characters here, right? So da, in the same like on the da, right? Which is just the emblem or the signature, according to the scriptures, it's the signature of David, because every king had a signet of Hebrew characters that formed their name. Right? So this is not what did they say? This is not the star of Molech, because there's no Ma and La and Ka in this here. Right? Don't be dumb, right? This is the shield of David, or the Dawada, formed of this because David's name had two of these in there, and the Wa is like saying and, right? Ha is for, is it Hada or Hana? Hana. Hana? Hana, which means to behold, right? Or Hada means to put, right? Basically, this is a symbol of a hand. A hand can either say behold, or a hand to say put, this here. We like to roll with the word put because we need to put things in places, and we gotta say we gotta know how to say put. as soldiers in UPK and their sisters in UPK, if I say Hada, put it there, or put it yonder, or you know what I mean? The key word is Hada, put, H-A-D-A-H, right? Wa is a fish hook. Za is for Zion, which is a weapon. Ka is for Kalma, which is a fence or a wall, right? A fence and a wall is the same thing. One is made out of string wires, right, or willow bushes, right? And the other one is made of bricks, but it's a wall. Kalma is a wall. Ta is for Tana'a, which is a bag or a basket, all right? Ya is for yard, which is hand, talking about your arm, your hand, all right? Ka is for cup, which is the palm of your hand, right? La is for lamad, which means learn, all right? Ma is for mayam, which means water. Na is for nawan, which means sprout, the sprouting of the seed, right? Also, na could be from the pash, which means soul, right? Your soul, right? Because that's a word that you have to know, right? Sa is for samak, which means establish. Why? Because there's a flag on here. If you establish a land, you put a flag on the land. The word establish is samak. All right? I is for ayan, which is your eye, right? It's what is these, right? Your eye, right? Pa is for pa, P-A-H, which means mouth, because it's a figure of a mouth. Kwa is for kwawash, which is a trap, it's a snare, a trap, right? This is a figure of a mouse trap or a rodent trap, all right? Right? Kwa, right? The figure of a trap or a mouse trap, all right? This clasp here, it flips on its axis right here onto the other side, it catches the tail of the rodent, right? Ra is for Ra'ash, right? Ra'ash is your head. This is the head, this is the chin, this is the neck. Ra is for Ra'ash, which means head. Sha is for Shan, which means teeth. This is the figure of two teeth, two front teeth, right? Sharp too, right? Teeth of an animal, right? And Tha is for Thou, T-H-A-W, which means mark, like mark of the beast, or X marks the spot. This is a figure of a mark. X marks the spot, the mark of the beast, or the mark on the Most High. In the scriptures in Ezekiel, there's a mark of the Most High that is in a man's forehead and in his hands, right? If he obeys the Lord of the Most High, the laws of the Most High. If he obeys the Lord, he has the mark of the Most High, right? And then you have the mark of the beast, which is where in your mind and in your hand, you have the behavior of beasts. Who are the beasts? According to the scriptures, the beasts of the field are the other races of people on the earth that wanna devour you because you're the prey, you're the sheep, you're the lost sheep of Israel. And there's beasts out there that want to devour the sheep and eat everything you got, and wear your culture, wear your wool, wear your clothes, put your fringes into fashion, put your studs into fashion. They want to take everything that you have. They want to take all the Native Indians customs and make brown leather jackets and say they're cowboys and say that this is American culture to wear fringes on a leather jacket, right? Because they're using everything the sheep got, and you're the sheep, man, right? Black Latinos and so-called Native Indians, or who will call themselves the first nation of this country, all right? The natives of this country, all right? Good, right? So I can get this off for the board here, right? What else we got there, Quash? You got a scripture in Deuteronomy about the crazy, right? The people who are crazy, right? Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 20. The Most High shall send upon thee cursing.
The Most High shall do what?
Send upon thee cursing.
The Most High shall send upon thee cursing or curses?
Cursing.
I-N-G, right? The Most High shall send upon thee cursing. Read.
Vexation.
Vexation. Read.
And rebuke.
And rebuke. Right? Keep going.
In all that thou settest thy hand unto. For to do. until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly.
Right, and that would drive you crazy, right? So the Lord is saying, in all the things that you try to do, all of your black businesses that you try to have, right? The Lord will send you curses on that black business. The Lord will send you vexation, meaning your business will never work right. So you get mad, you get upset. You see what I'm saying? That's why none of your pops don't talk with none of his uncles. Because they had an idea, which was a perfectly good idea, but it never worked. Because they're all sinners. And one is dipping in the money. And one is trying to take a little extra for himself. And one of them trying to take the credit for himself. And the other one is scheming on the next man's woman while the other one is working. And one is doing all the work and the other one ain't doing no work. So there's gonna be what? Vexation. Oh, Shalaki, you go ahead. Vexation in all the things that you try to do, all the schemes. You try to sell drugs. You think selling drugs was a good idea because there's so much money in it. Your boy gonna kill you, man. Your boy gonna snitch on you when he get caught. You know what I mean? He's gonna be the one now slacking, thinking everything's okay, right? You're the one that's keeping it all cool and calm and collective out there, right? Thinking you're safe. Your boy is the one out there throwing the money in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? FBI gonna lock him up or somebody. The DEA gonna lock him up, and he gonna says you and your name and your government. Somehow you got your social security number, your address, your phone number. He give it all. You know what I mean? For a cut down of that 25 years. You try to get a safe life out there in Midwest America where nobody can find him. Because why? On all the things you do, there shall be vexation and cursing and what else?
And rebuke.
And rebuke, meaning y'all gonna take each other off. You know what I mean? You Kev, you over there effing all the girls around town. You know what I mean? Making it all hot. You over there putting the money on Instagram. And they rebuking each other. Right? No problem, right? What else? I want the part where it says grope at noonday. Alright. Grope at noonday is the one where the sister wanted. We want to say this.
Like I read on the YouTube channel, they say how small businesses disappear. How it will disappear.
Small businesses disappear. Well, okay, who owns the business?
Our people.
Right, and our people are Christians, so therefore they follow no laws of the Most High. So therefore they get the equal weight of their disobedience to the law, where the law puts justice on them. All right, so anything they put their hands to do, there shall be vexation and curses and cursing and rebuke in all the things that they have to do. Right, their business is gonna fall apart. Right, you could have a little business to feed yourself. Right, something's gonna go wrong. The oppressor gonna come out of nowhere like the locust, like fleas, and hit you with taxes and tax evasion and all kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? You try to have the business on your own because you're suffering already. So you're looking at this like, damn, this little money I got, I can't do nothing with this. How am I gonna pay take a dividend of this and give to the oppressor? You know what I mean? All the things you're gonna do is not gonna work, right? Right? Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, right? 29, let me see, 29. There it is, 29. 28, start at 28.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee with madness.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness, make you crazy, right? Right, keep reading.
And blindness.
And blindness, meaning you can't find your way to the truth. Right? You people show things to you and you can't see it. Right? Someone will try to show you how to make money for real. And you can't see that. You know what I mean? Someone will show you how to have a good family, and you can't see it neither. Someone will tell you how to have peace with a fellow man with you on the job. But because of whatever friction you got with the man on the job, you can't see that as a real feasible path to living. You hit the Lord hit with blindness. You're mad, you're crazy. And you over there wondering, like, what's wrong with this guy? But you can't see that we need to all work together in this place here. He's blind to that. You don't see it. Right? Keep reading that.
And an astonishment of heart.
And an astonishment of heart, where your mind is surprised. You just can't figure it out. Keep reading.
Verse 29.
And it says, and there's a colon there, right? That colon meaning Pertaining to this is these things right here, right? The colon is important. They all punctuation. When you deal with the English language, punctuation is important. The same way how you deal with the Hebrew language, right? The punctuation is very important because it's giving you the makeup of the context or the mindset of the conversation. So tenses are very important. We're gonna get tenses in a second too. Go ahead. We gotta get more Hebrew on the board, all right? I know we got a lot of questions. Oh, this is the Hebrew class, all right? Go ahead.
Verse 29.
So under the colon is verse 29. What is 29 says under this colon here?
And thou shalt grope at noonday.
And thou shalt grope at noonday. Now in the middle of the day, you crazy. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
As the blind gropeth in darkness.
Like a blind man who gropes in the dark, who gropes in darkness. When the dark is the man in the dark who can't see. He's doing this. He's doing this, right? Now that's a man who can't see because he's blind. So everything is dark to him. So he's doing this. Now, what the Lord is saying, you who's not blind, you doing this, meaning you trying to figure things out why nothing can get right. You're going into Kemet to find an answer. You're becoming a Pan-African. You're gonna scour all of Africa and all books, and you can't figure it out. But you groping, you're trying to figure out what you're trying to find your way. You're groping at noonday. You're trying to find the path. You're touching into Kemet. You're touching into Islam. You're being the biggest, baddest Christian out there. You know what I mean? You're going into all sorts of. You think you're kissing the white man's ass the white man's behind is going to be the solution. Some of them say we gotta fight the apple from the court. We gotta become cops. We gotta get up into government. We gotta get up in the Senate. You're groping at noonday trying to figure it out, but it doesn't work. All right? Keep reading.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Right. Keep reading.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy way.
And in all of that Kemet and the Egyptology and the Nuwabianism and the Islam and the Nation of Islam, right? What did you say? Read the part again.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
You shall not prosper in your ways. In the getting up in the government and the getting elected to be Senate in your district or whatever it may be, you still don't prosper in your ways. You know what I mean? You're trying to have a marriage counseling according to Buddha and Hinduism, and it still don't work. You see what I'm saying? Because you're on the wrong path. Wide is the path to destruction. You have to follow upon the straight path. Right? You gotta follow on the straight path. In the path, there's a river there. And in the river of that path there's 12 fruits. And there's leaves there. And one of the fruits is justice. All right? You obey the law, you live. You'll get blessed. You disobey the law, then you go one way out the enemy and you leave 7 ways out, running away from him, right? According to the Deuteronomy 20, right? Is anything else there?
No.
Right? So being crazy is because you suffered under the curse of the Most High because of sin. Yes, because of sin. All right. You do something wrong. You sell drugs. You rape somebody. You murder somebody. You go to jail. You go into jail. First thing, you're a new guy. They pick on you. You try to defend yourself. They put you in a box somewhere else down in the basement somewhere, and it's all dark. And the box is about this big right here. And you grope it in the darkness, and you lose your mind, man. You gotta resort to start scratching. You gotta become the best rapper right there, because you're gonna start scratching rap lyrics into the walls with your fingernails to keep your sanity, because you can't talk to nobody because you're put in the box, or what they call it maximum. I'm so far from the word right now, man. Maximum what? Solitary confinement. You're gonna lose your mind. Or you're going to sin against the Lord and smoke weed. And that weed is going to lead you to crack cocaine and heroin. Right? Because it's the new party drug on the block. It's the fentanyl. It's the spice. You know what I mean? You're going to go crazy. They're going to catch you. They're going to put you in a noose for eating someone else's face. Now you eat someone else's face. You know what I mean? You're mad, man. You're crazy. You know what I mean? Any more on that? We're done.
There's a little more.
So we want to get on. Sis, is about Hebrew. We gotta get Hebrew. It's the Hebrew class. It's Friday, right? Is it about the Hebrew?
That is about what you was talking about, the crazy and stuff like that.
Okay, let me get finished here so we can get more of the questions about being crazy and stuff, right? Go ahead up.
And thou shalt be only oppressed.
And thou shalt be only oppressed. Meaning after that now, the slave master gonna give you his pills, and you have to take them because you will be out there, you know what I mean, just being crazy. So you have to take your pills, take your medication, right? And that medication is gonna oppress your finances. You know what I mean? It is gonna take some liveliness out of your life, but then that's what you got for disobeying the Lord. Now, you come to the truth into the I.S.U.P.K, the Lord can heal you. Right? Some people are gonna say, no, the U.P.K is bad and evil. No problem. That person saying that, let him go heal you. That person that talks bad about the U.P.K, let him fix your life. And then when you learn better, now then you come back to the U.P.K and see if we fix your life, all right? And is it overnight? Is it you walking through the door and you're fixed? No. Right? Because the Lord said what? To prove a friend. Some man is a friend for his own occasion. He who seeks to save his life shall lose his life. Right? You come up in here oppressed about your life, and you upset that other people are living like you, right? And our people are cursed like this, then the Lord will fix you to go fix them. Right? But if you just care about yourself, then you know what I mean, you gonna get fixed and you're gonna kill everybody else. You're gonna get fixed from using drugs and end up selling drugs. Don't make no sense. All right? You're gonna walk up in here, fix your life, and then back to slavery. Everyone go back to oppression under the slave master. They don't work like that, right? Don't be dumb, all right? All right. Yes, yes. Go. You want to finish your question?
So the Most High has smite us with gloomy.
With what?
With gloomy craziness.
Okay.
Because we disobeyed him. Right?
Yes.
So he didn't do it to everybody. He did it to
everybody had a division of the curse, right? Somewhere or another, everyone is somewhat not right in the head because someone is Christian, and the Christian is not right in the head. Someone who's not, he doesn't go to church. He was raised a Christian, but he doesn't go to church. He's just a drug dealer. He is not right in the. It's not like pigeons don't sell drugs out of pigeons. A pigeon don't say I'm gonna get more grains if I give all these other birds poison. Pigeons don't say, you might see pigeons fight over food, but they still roll in the pack together. You know what I mean? A pigeon ain't saying, before we find food again, I'm gonna just kill all the other pigeons so I can have more food for myself. Right? But black people in America, right? From New York, right here in New York, we do think like that. We do think I gotta kill this cat so I can take his corner because there'll be more food for me. There'll be more. That's not right in the mind. We're sick. You see what I'm saying? We are oppressed. We're sick. We're crazy. You know what I mean? A sister gonna ruin our whole family because she wants to have sex with another man. She gonna ruin her whole family. She gonna call the white man on her husband. You see what I'm saying? Because of a credit card, because of money, and ruin a whole family. Just ruin for $100, right? She got to go find money for the entire year now because she couldn't suffer $100. Right now, her kids got to go through life. One day where they gonna get money from to eat in their teens because the family is ruined. Now the rent can't get paid. You know what I mean? Now all kind of stuff, right? All the plans out the window because of $100. You know what I mean? This goes all across the board. But question marks. Yeah. What scripture do we have before all this?
So what do we have before this? We're using Genesis chapter 3.
So we want to go back to Genesis 3 and 7, right? But you get this, all right? Right. So yeah, we're crazy because of our sins, all right? And everyone is somewhat crazy. Everyone can't keep a families together. All All right, all of us can't do a black business. Just think of all the things that plague black people is because something is not right in our mind. Being crazy just means something is not right in your mind. Right? If you're not in U.P.K, your mind ain't right. All right, straight up. Right? You don't have what we mean is you don't have wisdom. Wisdom is given by the U.P.K, and if not, show me who is. And I'm sure no, it's not you. Every other Israelite group outside of the I.S.U.P.K is torn up from the flow up with tension. All right? Because they don't have that wisdom. They suffer in the curse there too in a great amount, right? Okay. Okay. The word open is pa-kwa. These are good words right here. Pa-kwa. Right? Pa-kwa is the word for open. Okay. Pa-kwa. Shalak, kwa. Pa-kwa. Okay. And it's coming from a tense called, I'm gonna write it right here. I'm gonna show you what I'm reading right here. Right. Of course, we are in the interlinear app. Right. Or you get from the Google Play Store, the interlinear app. We're in Genesis 3 and 7. All right. And what it reads here is Wa Sa Ha Slaki. Wow. Too close. Trying to make sure that it's legible for everyone to see online. Quack. Quack. And then the na. And then the ha. All right. So this is what you're gonna come across, and you're gonna be looking like, what the hell is this? The word is too big. The word is not that big. I'm gonna show you why. Right? Because every Hebrew word is based upon 3 letters, right? So-called letters. They're really Hebrew characters, but if I say letters, you know what I mean. So I say in a term that you know what I mean. All right? Let's fix this right here. Right? So now, to identify the 3-letter word is to remove the tenses in the beginning, right? Which we call your preposition, right? We call this your preposition, right? Preposition, right? That word pre right here means before, and the position is based on the positioned word, right? So a preposition means before the word, all right? So now you have to also ask your camp leader for the list of prepositions. Ask your camp leader in your city for the list of prepositions, all of the tenses, the prepositions and the possessives. All right, we gotta share the burden. All right. So now, is wa a preposition? Wa is a preposition. This is I'm gonna put P here, a P to say preposition. Yes, it is. Because a preposition is always placed before the word, meaning if it is a preposition, the word or the letter means something in English to us, because we speak English, right? So what Hebrew letter is this? This Hebrew letter right here is wa, right? And wa as a preposition, right? Because if it's not a preposition, it will mean something different. But as a preposition, wa means and. So this little thing right here is gonna be how you say "and" in Hebrew, and "and" is always at the beginning of your well, the word is right here, but this will be a configure. I don't want to say words too complicated. I don't want to say a configuration, right? But in your set, right? In this set right here, this word set right here, right? If you see "wa" or you want to say "and," it has to be "wa" that is at the beginning of the word, right? Right. So now here's another the second letter now in the Hebrew, right? In this set right here, right? Is "star." Is "star" a preposition? "Star" is a preposition, so I'll put P right here to say this represents a preposition. Right? Now what does "star" mean as a preposition? No. Close. Not pertaining to, right? Pertaining to would be "sha," right? "Sha." Right? "Sha" like Shemayim. "Sa" is a preposition to either say future tense, right? So "sa," right, means future tense, meaning in the future, or something that will be done, right? Future tense, right? And then we have our three-letter Hebrew word right here. This is our three-letter Hebrew word. This is say it again. T-H-A. Tha. Right, which is the sound of this Hebrew character right here in the Assyrian Hebrew, right? I'm writing it over. It looks a little bit messy. The scripture says to strive for mastery. All right, and then we have the word, our main word, which is the pakwa, which is this one right here. Right. So this is the word here. Right. This is the word here, and this is before the word, because now in Hebrew we read from right to left. Right. In English, you read from left to right. Like you can read this in English letters, left to right. But in Hebrew, you read from right to left. So the before will be on the right because this is before. The left will be your ending. All right. So we start over here. Wa, tha are prepositions because they are before the word, and the word is here. This is the word, right? And all these are pre. These are before the word, all right?
That's before Israelite Hebrew word.
Before the Hebrew word is the main word right here, right? So this language is all Hebrew. This is the language of the Israelites, right? But in this word right here, right, in the midst of all of these Hebrew letters, right, this is the word. So anything before it is prepositions, all right? And of course, we're going to have the tenses to make the context of what kind of opening it is, right? And the scripture says what? Question mark 3 and 7.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open.
Right. So now it's in English. It says, and the eyes of them were open. In the Hebrew, it says the word "open" first. So it says, and it was to be opened, eyes of them too, of those two, or them too, right? Huh? So I want to try to break it down as best as I can. All right. Okay. After this, after wa, tha, pa, quack, na, right? It says the word for "I," which we had earlier. Oh my gosh. Which is this one right here. This is the word. This is the figure for "I" in Hebrew, right? So this thing right here means "I." This is the Hebrew for "I." I'm writing in Hebrew. I-Yun. I-Yun. Alright, this is the word for the Hebrew for I. We're writing in English letters. I-Yun like this is spelled and written like this in English letters. Right? And this is this in ancient Hebrew, and then this is what it means in English, right? Good, right? All right, in Assyrian Hebrew, I'm gonna break it down in Assyrian Hebrew, right? I-Yun. So you're gonna see this in the Assyrian Hebrew. Now, what does it say here? It's written as Ayan Ya, right? So I see a while ago I had to chop off the bottom of the na because when you write na at the end of any word in Assyrian Hebrew, the tail of it goes down below the sentence line, right? And this goes for about 5 Hebrew letters or characters, right? On your, as you can see on your Hebrew sheets, right? The ka, the ma, and the na, and the pa, and the taza. The tails of those Hebrew letters, they drop down in the only in the Assyrian Hebrew. It's only a rule that's in the Assyrian Hebrew. That's why I like the ancient Hebrew, because to me it's senseless to me. All right, because this was right. The ancient Hebrew was right, right, and we know that there was no need for that, so we never had nothing like that. All right, good. So this is what they wrote in the Hebrew right here, and this means I, and the Yah. This is a tense now here, right here. This right here is a tense, right? And is it at the beginning of the word? No. The makeup of the word is this right here. This is the makeup of the wording right here, right? I is not a preposition, right? I is not a preposition. So the word starts from the very beginning here, which is Ayan. 1, 2, 3, right? So this here has to be a tense at the end of the word, or only possessives, right? So this Yah right here, as a possessive, means mine. All right, as a possessive, this means mine, right? As a preposition, it will mean something else because this is not Yah as a possessive at the front, because possessions don't go at the front. The same way how prepositions don't go at the back, or it wouldn't be a preposition anymore. All right. So at the end of the word, it means something different. It means whatever it is according to the rules of possessives that go at the end of the word. All right. And that means my here, right? What's after that? Next is Shan Yaham or Shana Yaham. Shanya Ham, right? Shanya Ham, right? Right? With the word Shanya. Okay. They wrote it like so. Shan Ya Ham. Right? It's a ma. Usually we write a ma like this, but at the end of the word, a ma is not written like this, as I just mentioned. A ma at the end of the word is written like a box. It's the same letter, but it's written like a box with a little curve on the top left of the box. All right. Right now. Now this is the set together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the set. To identify the word, you need what? The 3 letter that makes the word, all right? The 3 letters that make the word. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, right? So the word is Shanya, right? And this is a number, right? Number. Do you remember our numbers in here? Oh, give me a numbers right quick before question. If you correct quick. Akkad. Shanya. There we go. Shalash. Arabai. Kamash. Shasha. Shabai. Shamauna. Tashai. and I.S.U.P.K, which is 10. All right. So Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Ara, Kamasha, Shabai, Shemana, Tashai, I.S.U.P.K. For Shanya means 2. Right? Shanya means 2. Now after the Shanya, right? That's this right here. Right? After the Shanya is something going on in the tense here. Then we have a possessive at the end. The possessive says hum. Right? Hum. Now what does hum mean? Right? Hum. Yes, or them. Right? We're gonna look at it like broken English. You know what I mean? In good English, they did it. They did it over there. They, them. Right? In Patois, them did it. Them did it. Right? So that's why it's always a hum, or there'll never be a hey, it's just them. And the word them comes from hum. All right? The word them. Right? This them is just hum. You know what I mean? English comes from it. The Negroes was in England. It was in England before slavery. Right. We was in England, we was in Africa, and we was in the Middle East before we came here, but before slavery. More in Europe and more in Africa than the Middle East. We was running out of the Middle East. Right? Everyone was looking to sell us because there was a scheme going on where Caucasians would get free labor, right? To ramp up on production for sugar, which the whole world wanted. The whole world wanted sugar. Big money making in sugar. Big money making in alcohol. Big money making in tea. Big money making in cotton. You know, you wear all kind of clothes, H&M, Zara, you know, all these clothes, but you can't clothes if you don't have cotton. So they wanted cotton. They made all of the Negroes come to America to pick this cotton and ramp up production for cotton. Right? Right? So that's slavery right there, right? So before that, we was in England, and in England, we was having because we were cursed by the Lord, because we was cast out of Jerusalem, the Lord was giving us over to another culture. And that culture turned our Hebrew into another language. Right? We became another people. We were no longer Israelites. You know what I mean? We were no longer of the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We were not Englishmen. Or rather, Britons, they call us Britons. And the white man would be called the British. Because we looked at him like he was the foreigner. Right? He was the wannabe. Right? Okay? We have a book on that, as a matter of fact. Nature Knows No Color Line. I don't know if you can get that right quick. I can read that right quick. I can read it. I can prove what I'm saying in books. You know what I mean? Say it again? The book's in the van. Let me see the one in the back right quick. Let me see. Yeah, that book is not here. That book right there is golden, though. You know what I mean? That book right there, you need to triple and double on copies of that, because that has actual clues to who we are and the path that we was on before we got here. All right. We was in England, we was in Spain, we was in France, we was in Germany. Right? Everyone knows about the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire never called themselves the Byzantines. We looked at ourselves as the Holy Roman Empire because we was born into slavery in Rome the same way you were born into slavery into the Americas. And it's the same system, and the rulers were the same people. Except when we was in Rome, we rose up in the ranks of the military. We was fighting lions and gladiators because the Lord made us a special people. We was great fighters. We were men of war. And we rose in the ranks of the military because the white boys was P-U-S-S-Y, straight up. They was vagina, and they were a bunch of snakes. Right. And you get on the battlefield with them, you can't trust each other. Right. They can't trust each other. You see what I'm saying? Now the brothers, just like in the military today, they get real high in the military real quick because our people are born for war. You see what I'm saying? We rose in ranks in the military. Nobody like their own leaders in white society. They ain't like Trump. One side don't like Trump. One side don't like Biden. One side don't like Clinton. One side don't like Bush. One side don't like Reagan. All of the presidents back. White people did not like their own people, right? But a brother was always trying to do right in some effect. So you know, when they do right, people come together, and unity is found, and through unity there's strength. Came in the ranks of the rose in the ranks of the military, and the brothers leading the Roman Empire went to go out and conquer the European countries, France, Germany, and so forth, Spain, and all that, right? Under heathen Roman command, right? Later it split into Eastern Rome and Western Rome, Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire and the Western Empire was where the Western Roman Empire was where most of the white people were coming out of Spain and Portugal, right? Where the white man was in more influence. There were still brothers in the army there, but the white man was in charge. And in the Eastern Roman Empire is what they call the Byzantine, where brothers was in the dominance, and the brothers were at the top, and the white people was in the army also, right? No sweat, right? So that's that, right? So brothers was in Europe, and they went to Londinium, today they call it London, and they had wars and all kind of separation going on, and separated into Scotland, where Scotland had all of the black people because they was pushing away from the Roman Empire's rule, and the white people dominated the south, which was England and Wales and all that. All right? And later on, same way again, the book of Maccabees said these Edomites, who have always been the mischief of the Hebrews, right? They had a scheme where they would have this thing where they would kidnap black people from out of the UK and put them on ships at a place called Cowes, England, and load them on ships in Cowes. Cowes, which is a place in England, in the UK. And they will gather the Negroes out there where they were labeled as, we were called Jews because we were the Jews. And they would gather us up on ships out of Cowes, England, and then people would go to the Caribbean and places like Jamaica and USA, and they would look at these people in Jamaica and they'll say, yep, these people are the Jews that we used to see in England when I was a kid. These are the same people. These are the same Jews that was out there in England and Germany and France. These are them. The same Jews that used to be called the Dutch. Here they are in Virginia and Jamaica, right? Oh, but these what you see? Oh, you got these niggas from Africa. Okay, but all I'm saying is they look the same as the people that was in Germany. That's all I'm saying. Because I know Africans, and these are the Africans that I've seen that travel from Nigeria and Ghana to visit us, to visit people in Germany. We used to view these Africans like they were Jews because all the black people we know were these Jews, the people of Judah. All right? And what I'm saying is I'm reiterating the things that was read in the book, Nature Knows No Color Line. I'm not making this up, right? I'm reiterating the play out of what happened in the book called Nature's No Color Line. All right? Good, right? Right quick, so we know the word Britain. The word Britain. The word Britain, right? It comes from the word Baryath. This bar right here is bar. This ra right here is from ra'ah, right? This I right here is from ya. This T right here is from tha, right? So when I write these out in the other way, right, it's bar, yath, right? Yath, and this ain right here is from one, right? Bar yath is the word for covenant. Why was there? Why did we name ourselves covenant? Because we were the people of the covenant. We were the Israelites, and these Israelites created this country. And is there a precept to go with this? Yes, there is. Who knows the precept? Second Ezra 13:41 in the Apocrypha, right? Second Ezra 13:41.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 13.
What sort of figures like still this breakdown and say, see, it wasn't the Native Indians, Hazahar just admitted it. This precept is about the Native Indians, but the curse of the Lord is always the same. You're born in Brooklyn, you're born in Bronx, you're born in Harlem. What happens? You commit a crime. You commit a crime, and what happens when you commit a crime? The Lord sends these other race of people to come take you out of your place, out of your home, snatch you up, throw your handcuffs, put you in a van, carry you downtown, to your court, to the judge, puts you in another bus, and he does what? He carries you over the waters to this other bridge to a place called Rikers Island. He takes you over this bridge to a place called Rikers. Let's read the scripture, right? I'm gonna get the scripture, right? Who else? The Krayana? Okay, all right.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 41.
Mm-hmm.
But they took this counsel. That's counsel, right?
They took this counsel, right?
But they took this counsel amongst themselves.
They took this counsel among themselves. Okay, let's get one verse up right quick. This is what I wanted initially, right? But keep going. Give me 40. Give me 40.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40.
Yeah.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
Right. So when you're sinning against the Lord, our tribes always become what? Prisoners. Keep reading.
Carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Carried away prisoners out of their own land. Right. So now, when you sin against the Lord by all of the various crimes you can do against the Lord, right here in New York City, right? The Lord is going to send other races of people to make you what? Prisoners. They're going to come and lock you up. Keep reading. And carry you out of your own land. Where's your own land in New York? Your own land will be Flatbush. Or your own land might be East New York. Or your own land might be the place where you're from in Knightsbridge or Castle Hill. Or West, what do you call it there again? Pelham Park, Fordham. That might be your own land where you grew up and raising your projects and where you're at. You might be raised in Harlem. Keep reading.
Out of their own land.
And the Lord is going to send, for your sins, the Lord is going to take you out of your neighborhood, your own land, the place where you live. Keep reading.
In the time of Hosea the king.
Right, keep reading. In the time of random president, random king of whatever heathen. Keep reading.
Whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right, so okay, Hosea was the king of the Israelites. So today's king is who? I don't know. To brothers in the world, their king is Zal Sharpton or somebody, right?
That's Hosea?
No. Yeah.
Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right, the king of Assyria will make a decree to send these Negroes to another place. The same way how who was mayor of New York a while ago? What's his name? Right, he made all of your dads prisoners. All of your dad, all your uncles became prisoners. They went to jail. Giuliani. You know what I mean? Mayor Giuliani. You see what I'm saying? Good night. I mean, everybody. Now nobody don't got no dad because they're all prisoners, taken away out of their own land, out of your neighborhood where you lived, your land where you lived. Keep it and carry them.
And carried them over the waters.
And carry them over the waters, right? Took you out of your crib, put you in handcuffs, made you prisoners, took you downtown, seen the judge, and you went over the waters to Rikers Island. Read it again. Keep reading.
And so came they into another land.
Now you ain't in Brooklyn no more. Now you're in Rikers Island, another land. right? Because island, that land is another land, island, right? Because island. You know what I mean? And if you get found guilty on the charge, they take you to another land. They take you on a bus from Rikers Island, and you go up the 87, the Major Deegan, up to Stoneville, Attica, somewhere in upper New York, where it's only snow there. You look outside, there's nothing but dead trees and snow. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 41.
Right, so now at this time right here, right, we was taken out of our own lands, out of Jerusalem, and we was made to serve over the waters. We went past the seas into a place called Rome, right? And we fought lions there. And we rose up in the ranks of the military, and we did what?
But they took this counsel amongst themselves.
And that in this time, at that time there, when we rose up in the ranks of the Roman military, we took a counsel amongst ourselves that we would do what?
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
That we would leave the multitude of the heathen, and we would no longer be called Romans anymore. We will be called the Scots. All right? Keep reading.
And go forth into a further country.
And when we landed in the UK, we will go into a further country. We'll go from England and we'll go further up north to become the Scots at the very tip, where it's the coldest. And we will hold the line. We will hold the line south of Edinburgh and Glasgow, right? And hold the line between Scotland and England, because the white man came and took over England again. Right? Keep reading.
Oh God. Where never mankind dwelt.
And when we got to Scotland, all of the heathens was down in England. There was no heathens living in there was no barbarians or what do you call them again? The Japhites living in Scotland. We went further, we went past England where all the Japhites were, killed them all through the Roman Empire, right? And we went further, so we went to a further land up north in Scotland where it's too cold for anybody to live. When no mankind dwelt. Keep it in.
Verse 42. That they might there keep their statutes.
That they might there keep the covenant. The covenant. Right? And so because the word covenant is Bayah, we had Bayah 1, which is today in English transliteration is Britain or Britannia. All right? The one here means a person, place, right? Absolutely right. Person, place, or thing. All right? A person, place, or thing. All right? Same way as the word Shammai one, based on the word Shammai, is to hear or listen. You put the one on there, you turn the word Shammai into a name because this is now the person now. Right? If you say Shammai, you know I'm not saying to listen. I'm not saying to hear me. I didn't say Shammai, I said Shammai one, meaning the person that is named after the word Shammai. Who else is like that? Who has the N on the N at the end of their name? Zebulon. Zebulon. Yeah, Benjamin is too, but Benjamin is not the same man. Benjamin is made after Yamyan, which means right. Yamyan is right. Shama'al is left. Yamyan is right. Shama'al is left. All right. And these names are like this to give an example of how to form Hebrew names. These two right here is blended words. This one right here is just the word with, I believe, with a possessive, right? Those two right there, Simeon and Zebulon, they both have the one there to say you can make a name like this.
What is
Levi's name is Lawya, which means joined to me, based off of the word Lawa. Lawa, which means join. Join, right? Now they dropped the R of the law of the Lawa and put the Ya there. The Ya there to means mine or to me. Right? In other words, the mother named him that to say, I have these kids for Jacob. Jacob is going to stay with me and not this other wife because she's only pretty, but I got all these kids. She's pretty, but she can have no kids. But I got all the kids, so he's going to stay with me sometime, even though he hates me, because all the kids is here. You know what I mean? It's a different breed. It's a different breed of sisters in them days. Today, the sisters is saying, you can't see your kids at all, but love me. That's dumb. You can't see your kids because you don't love me enough. Tell you what, you're not gonna see your kids at all. That's dumb. Sisters don't get no sense. Because under these curses of God. You see what I'm saying? Back then, the sister had wisdom. She would say, you know what, she could have more kids to bring him around. Because black fathers and Latino fathers always want to see their kids. So the notion of black people being terrible dads and being deadbeat dads, that's a myth and it's a lie. And it's a myth and it's a lie. Because when you visit that man in that place, he's always trying to see his kids. He goes to jail. You see what I'm saying? For trying to see his kids. Because the scripture says, paraphrasing, an evil woman destroys her house with her hands. She take her hand and she either smack the man, call him to do something crazy, right? Or she take the phone and call 911 and say, you know, he's being crazy. And she go whack herself with a bag of oranges with what? With her hands. She destroys her house with her hands, with a bag of oranges, hitting her face, lying on him, saying that he hit her. You know what I mean? It happens. It definitely does happen. Or she destroys her house with her hands by taking her hand on that credit card. You know what I mean? Or, you know, some other evil sexual thing that she's doing with another man. You know, hey, I ain't want to get too explicit out there, but she destroys her house with her hands. You see what I'm saying? One way or another, right? Sister back in the day, she said she's gonna have a kid to make the man come around more. Different kind of sister here. A daughter of Zion here. You see what I'm saying? A virtuous woman here. There's a different sister here. You see what I'm saying? And Lawa and join, and Lawya means join to me, Levi. Right? And they were the lawgivers. And the word law in English today, the word law comes from this name right here, the Levites law. The word law comes from the Hebrew word for Levi. All right. Okay. What else? Okay, good. Right. So Shammai means here. Shammai means here. Right. Shammai means to hear. And the one, right? This one right here turns it into a name. Shammai one. Today you call them Simeonites. Who else? Zebulon. Coming from the root word Zabal. And the word Zabal means to dwell. The word Zabal means to dwell. Right? It's a word, it means to dwell. Zabal. Now you put the one on the word dwell. Now here's a name. It's a person. If I say Zabal, I ain't talking about just me saying live, or live here, or live over here, or we're gonna live in this place. I ain't talking about none of that. I ain't saying Zabal, I said Zabal one, meaning I'm talking about a person, and I'm calling his name. All right. Ephraim, right? Ephraim is Haryam. So you can make a name with a preposition and then a word, right? Means I, as in me or I. At the beginning of a word means means me or I, right? And then par is the word for fruits. Yum is how you pluralize a word. Par yum means fruits, plural. Fruitful is the whole idea. You see what I'm saying? Meaning I have a lot of kids. That's what it means, right? And a par, so that's that name, right? And then of course you have names like God, G-A-D in the Hebrew, God, because God, which means a troop or a soldier, right? It could be a word by itself. That's why that is there, and that's why that is there. To give you, because someone might say, if this wasn't there, they'll say you have to put one at the end of the name. You have to put one because of Shammai one and Zabal one. But then someone will say, what about God and Ashar? Meaning we don't always have to put the one at the end of the name. Okay? Okay, good, right? Ra'aban, blended name. Ra'aban, Ra'a, behold, it means behold a son. And behold is usually Hana, but they switched the word hana to say ra'ah, meaning ra'ah means to see. Right? Ra'ah means with your eye. Huh? Shemaka, or get them. Ra'ah. Ra'ah means to see. Alright? That's what ra'ah means. Ra'ah means to see. Right? And because seeing and beholding is similar, if I say, yo, look at this. The word look will also be ra'ah. If I say behold in the Hebrew is hana, we talked about this before, with the symbol of the ha, right? It's hana. Hana means to behold, right? Now the words, same definition. See and behold, same thing, right? See and behold, or if I say look, ra'ah, right? Same thing. So the example is saying you don't have to use the exact same word. When I said behold a son, you could switch the word with hanan for ra'ah to say look or behold a son. Ra'ah ban, and behold it's a son too, because the wa means it. Ra'ah wa meaning look it, and then ban means son. Ra'ah, right? Who are the so-called Seminole Indians, according to the prophecies in Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33. Okay? So, and they chopped off the wa off, they chopped off the ah in wa to say Ra'ah, ban, to create a name. And these are examples of how you can create names. How you can create names. You look at the inceptions of your family or your antecedents, your ancestors. You see what I'm saying? How you can create names based on the name of these 12 tribes of Israel. Dan, who is no longer a tribe, who is now a family, right? The word Dan means judge. Sorry, right? Right? Is there another word for judge? Yes, shapat, right? Same how the word moon is yarak, right? Is there another word for moon? Yes, Qadash, right? So if I said moon, the same with moon, I'm talking Hebrew. Say let's name him Qadash. You can name him Qadash, or you can switch it out and say yarak because it means the same thing. All right, sis.
Look at Dan, like Dan was another tribe of Israel.
Dan was a tribe, but then he lost all of his sons, all of the men of his tribe, because tribes are reliant upon men, right? He lost all of his men, or the men of his tribe, the thing that gives forth children that determine the tribe. He lost all of his sons in the war from the bastard heathen king. What's that devil's name? Artaxerxes. There was a man called Artaxerxes. You ever watched the movie 300? Right, in the movie 300, there's a gay homosexual man who, because he was the opposer, he didn't dress like that in real life, but because he was an opposer to the Caucasian forces at the time, of course, white Caucasian movie makers portray him in a way according to how he really is. Yes, all heathens are gay and homosexuals. Yes, they are. You see what I'm saying? Are they all? Is their demon the actual homosexual demon? That's not what I'm saying. But the Assyrians will be known to have homosexuality among them, the same way America does today. The same way how the ancient Assyrians, who have the children today in Assyria, are also child molesters. If they molest boys and have sex with men, and they dress up, one man dress up like a woman, and the other all the other Syrian men in Syria, in ISIS today, you see what I'm saying, who are Muslim, you know what I mean, will gather around in a big Muslim crowd and try to and pay these gay Muslim boys for sex as boy prostitutes. You see what I'm saying? And those are the same Syrians today are the same as Syrians back then. All right, Artaxerxes and them. You know what I mean? So the white man portrayed them as their reputation. You see what I'm saying? And they put Judas in the movie. Why? Because they're saying that black Negroes were there. That's why they put the black people in the movie as these judges and places and these corrupt judges and things like that because the Judas was there. All right. So he went to war with a people called the Spartans, and in the army was a lot of us. We went out there about 300,000. I might be wrong on the number, but it was something in the hundreds of thousands. And we went to war with these 300 devils, and according to the scriptures, the white man, he's blessed with the sword, so he's a good killer. All right. So we went out 300,000, and where the Lord is not with us, these 300 devils who are blessed with the sword, they killed our numbers. We went back to Assyria with 5,000 men. All right, so all them 100,000 people they got killed, and amongst them, the tribe of Dan. A lot of his men were killed. Right, so a lot of his men were killed. So his numbers were short, and I'm saying short like in the tens. Not to say 10, but it could be 30, it could be 40. But they went back where they were no longer a tribe, where they were a family. And according to the scriptures, the bulk of the tribe of Dan went into Manasseh. It could be, I might be wrong on the number, on the number of men of the tribe of Dan. It could be 100 of them. But the idea is that their numbers was reduced where they were no longer a tribe, where you still have, 1,000 Judites here and 1,000 Benjamites. 1,000 Israelites or 500, but Dan was I believe it was in the, I can't remember where I read it, but it was I think it was in the tens. All right, so they're no longer a tribe; they're now family. The prophecy in Genesis 49: Dan shall live from Bashan. Bashan was the land of the Manassites, the Cubans. All right, so Dan, to find them, the bulk of them will be in Cuba. All right. If you want to know what a Dana looks like, you gotta go to Cuba and look for who looks different from the bulk of the people there who are the Manassites. Right. And with that, I pass the class to Officer 500 with question mark.
Clap it up for the class. The I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. And Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashura. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Or teacher. Preach fund. Free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, always check your back of your bulletin boards in your school to see the upcoming holy convocations. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, men of Israel say, Imagine, I'm going to give one courtesy salute, men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yahshua, saw face the sister Imagine. I'm going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Man of Israel, Majid Shabbat. Majid. Rock. Yahweh Shema, Allah Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yajmatah dismissed.